Hi, my name's Kyle Helpingstein, and today I wanted to share with you my journey on how I lost 110 pounds. I used to be about 335 pounds, and now I'm currently sitting at around 225 pounds. It started around my 25th birthday. At that time, I had been diagnosed with asthma, and I had been fighting high blood pressure for a while. What sent me to the doctor at this time was the asthma started getting out of hand. I used to use the inhaler around 1 to 2 times a year, and that was rare. Even then, for it to be like twice a year. I mean, I went several years without using it in high school. And then all of a sudden, I was having asthma attacks. I couldn't breathe, and I had never had asthma attacks before this. And so, went to the doctor, and they gave me prescriptions not just for an albuterol inhaler, but for a steroid inhaler. And after a couple of weeks, I noticed things did get better. But during that transition time, I was still, I would wake up in the middle of the night struggling to breathe so hard that one night I thought I was going to die. I was having trouble breathing so hard. Like I had just got done running like a 25-mile race and was breathing hard. But it was thanks to the steroid inhaler at that time. That's what got me through that one. But I was very worried. And at that same doctor's visit, I was diagnosed with atopic dermatitis or eczema because I had developed a rash and it was just itching like crazy all the time. And so she gave me the steroid inhaler for the asthma, and I was told to start taking colder showers and some other stuff to help take care of the atopic dermatitis. What I know now was my body was seriously inflamed. I had so much inflammation going on, it really overloaded the body. And so at that doctor's visit, she also told me, she goes, I want you to take a blood pressure medication because my blood pressure was measuring 170 over 90, somewhere in that area. I mean, super high. She was super concerned about it. I was too when she told me that. Who wouldn't be when you're told that your blood pressure is 170 over 90 kind of thing? And I told her I wanted to try and fix things through diet and exercise before I took the prescription. And she goes, well, I want you to take it anyways. And then if you lower it or if you lose weight, we can take you off of it. I said okay, but I never went and filled it. I never took it. I started going to the gym. I started cutting out bread and sugar. I knew that people who cut out bread and sugar had better success at weight loss, but I didn't really know the reasons why or the science behind it or anything like that. And that started to work, but I came across a documentary called The Perfect Human Diet. And I read that documentary, or not read it, I watched that documentary and came out with the knowledge of the paleo diet. And so I started doing the paleo diet on a regular basis. And the paleo diet was kind of simple to follow. It was meat, vegetables, fruit, seeds, and nuts. I mean, 4 food groups kind of thing. And so I started doing that. And I was eating steaks and hamburgers and bratwurst and, stuff like that. And then I was eating strawberries and grapes and oranges, bananas, and I was eating a lot of eggs. And through that and the exercise, I started to lose weight. And at the end of February, when I had gone to that first doctor's appointment, I went back in March for a follow-up, and I had already lost 30 pounds. And I was like, this is great. I'm on the right track. Something's working, right? And so we made an appointment for me to come back in June. And she goes, when you come back in June, I also want you to get blood work done. I said, okay. So I kept doing what I was doing, and I was losing weight, and things were going great. And and then one day I'm on Facebook, and this is about the beginning of June, and someone had tagged me in an article over atherosclerosis and high blood pressure, something with that. And I read that article, and I wanted to know more about the atherosclerosis and the process of how all that worked, because what they were saying in this article was that I believe it was high insulin was causing these issues. And I wanted to know more about that, so I did a search on YouTube to try and find more information on what was going on with high blood pressure and atherosclerosis. I don't remember the exact words I typed into the search engine. But what popped out was a video that really caught my eye, and the title of that video was How to Burn Fat by Dr. Eric Berg. And I go, well, screw the high blood pressure. I want to know how to burn fat, right? I mean, anybody else was. So I watched that video. It's about a 10-minute video, and it was the video that it changed my life. It honestly did. It's the video that started everything I'm doing now. And I watched that video, and I started to watch more videos and more videos and more videos. And he was, a lot of videos they tell you, well, you need to do this. And they tell you what to eat, and then they say exercise, right? His videos were different because he didn't tell me just what I should eat, but why I should eat those foods. And he gave the science on what was happening with insulin and high blood sugar and how it led to these other problems. And okay, what's going on here? And he suggested using this ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting. So I started following his advice and went to the doctor about 3 weeks after I started doing the Dr. Berg keto and intermittent fasting plan. And I remember walking in to weigh in, and I was excited because I knew I had lost weight. I had seen it on myself, and the last time, or when I plateaued and I had found the Dr. Berg, I was weighing around 270. So I'd already lost, oh gosh, what was that? so 65 pounds at that time. And so I was like, and my original goal was I wanted to go from 335 to 250. That was where I wanted to see myself and then go from there. So I walk in and my doctor sees me and she is shocked. Her jaw drops and she's looking at me and she goes, "Where did you go?" Just like that kind of thing. And as I stepped on the scale, I weighed 251 that day. And it was a triumph. I was super happy and ecstatic at that point. And I turned and looked at her and I said, ketosis. That is what I've been doing. And so we went in and we examined and she checked up and my blood pressure had dropped from the 170 over 90. It was now in the low 130s over 85, I think it was, something like that. 80, 85. I mean, it was good, better numbers. I mean, way better numbers than what I had originally measured at. I had noticed that my asthma had really started to disappear. I was still fighting the atopic dermatitis pretty hard. And I told her that I was using a nutritional yeast in my and a kale shake that I had started doing on a regular basis. And she thought that may have been a case of more inflammation. And so she suggested getting away from that. And but the major success had started, and I had lost so much weight at that time. I'd lost, 85 pounds at that time. And I was, just really, really happy. And it wasn't just I improved my health and I improved my weight and other health conditions. The big thing that hit me is I just did a huge accomplishment. I accomplished something that not a lot of people do, and that was lose a huge, significant amount of weight. And I mean, my doctor called me, your poster child for healthy eating kind of thing, and made me feel good. And my blood work that was another thing. I had blood work through a company health fair before, and my triglycerides were over 300. And I told her, I was like, that particular day, I had eaten one of the large Snickers Sonic Blasts right before I went and did my blood draw because I forgot the health fair was that day. And so I told her, I was like, my results for that blood draw were skewed because of my eating for the day. And she goes, but still, you had a count of over 300 at one time measurable in your blood. At this time, my triglycerides, they tanked. I mean, we're talking, it was like 55, and total cholesterol was like 110 or something like that. I mean, she had I think it was a nurse practitioner with her, shadowing her, and they were both impressed at the numbers they were seeing in my blood work and how everything else was great. Because she did a full comprehensive metabolic panel as well as the other typical blood draw stuff. And she was super happy. And the more I followed the Dr. Berg plan, I continued to lose over the next couple of months. And that's where I finally got down to about the 225. And I have been there ever since. I really like watching Dr. Berg videos. I also like to watch Thomas DeLauer videos. And I even did, for one of my English classes in college, I wrote a research paper over the ketogenic diet and how I believe it can be used to reverse and prevent type 2 diabetes. And so that's my story. That's how I lost the weight, and it did it fast. I mean, it was in a time period of about 6 months. And I really want others to know the knowledge that I know because I've done this for a year now. I mean, this is a lifestyle. I feel way better. Now, I don't take any of my inhalers. I don't use any lotions or anything for the eczema. The eczema seemed to pretty much dry up and disappear. I mean, it's gone for the most part. And I'm overall just healthier. I have way more energy. My cognition, my brain function, like I was telling people, from the way I used to feel to how I feel now, it's like I got a processor upgrade in my brain. I feel like I understand and retain information better. I feel like I have better focus, especially being in the classroom. And I contribute ketosis and intermittent fasting lifestyle to jump-starting my motivation on life in general. And I used to be at a stagnant job with dim outlook. Like I thought I was going to be there and retire from there. And now I'm in college. I'm earning good grades. I've got my life turned around. I've made this huge weight loss change and lifestyle change. I've adopted Taekwondo for an exercise and as well as a self-defense. And I have used this to motivate me to do better in life. I mean, that's one big accomplishment. What's the next big accomplishment I can do? You know, what can't I do? Everything I try to do, I'm accomplishing. Because this diet and lifestyle, you have to practice discipline. Because you do have to tell yourself, oh, I can't eat that, I can't eat that, I can't eat that. And to get around that, it's hard in the beginning, but you get used to it. And I'll make more videos that'll help you get through this. But the big parts I want to get out there today is that was my weight loss journey. It's created a huge motivation. And I hope my story inspires you to continue to watch my videos, subscribe to my channel, learn the information I have to give to you, and apply it in your own way. I mean, and I'm not telling you to take just my word for it. Do your research. I've done my own research. I didn't just watch Dr. Berg and then say, oh, well, if he says this and he's a doctor, then I should just listen to him. I took the information he was telling me. I just applied the science. He's got all these products he sells. I didn't buy any of his products. I just modeled my eating habits off what he was trying to tell me. And I still don't do it 100% perfectly. But I made a huge change in my life for the better. And I want other people to better their lives. So, again, subscribe, keep watching, and I'm going to keep putting out content. Thank you.